Hey guys, some gamer did here. So I know last time the videos were a little bit quiet on my side. Well, at least I noticed in post because I didn't have time to re-record it. I went in this time and upped the recording volume. So today we're looking at Fuxi. That's how you pronounce it in Chinese. When Chinese is brought into English, X's are usually zh sound. It's like an SHJ mixture. Anyway, he's a fire ruler, well, one of two, and he looks pretty cool in my opinion. Really like the look of him. It's very distinctly feels like something out of Dynasty Warriors, to be honest. And his type is King. That's pretty cool. But I'm pretty sure Emperor and Emperor and King, are they synonyms or different things? No, that message just means he has a kingdom, not an empire. An empire is multiple lands. A kingdom is the one place. Anyway, Judgment at 5 is freaking expensive, mate. You gotta be good for that. That's a spicy meatball. So Fuxi, King of Kunlun, thousand. That's a pretty cool dragon. His eyes, they kind of creep me out. Flying, which is alright. You get a 10/10 for 5, that's pretty good. Search your deck for a dragon with a total cost of 4 or less and put it onto your field, so you get a free card out of it. Then shuffle your deck. And it just tells you how Enter works. I'm glad they brought back Enter. It stops a lot of endless text. Anyway, I like it. I know it's expensive to bring out, but you do +1 off it, and it's a decent +1 that can be added to later on because it just says a 4 cost or less dragon. They make more dragons. This gets better and better. It can more or less become a toolbox. I like that. Now let's go out to our 1-drop. Chukonu Soldier. He's a 1-drop 3/3 red. He's pretty cool. I like the Chinese theme. He's a human. And if you haven't noticed, all these cards are full art, which actually looks really nice. I'd like to see this continue. It's a shame it doesn't in the set. But banish this card. This card deals 300 damage to target Resonator. Now, from what I've seen, because I haven't played in a long time, I actually really want to play. Again, thanks to this. This has actually been a really good set in my opinion. At least what we've seen so far. There hasn't been anything that bothers me too much. But 300 isn't going to do a decent dent on something. But you can use him after he's tapped, so he's... Oh, pardon me. Got like gone for him. I like the art. Reckless Flame Soldier. Jeez, that'd hurt. 188, so he's going to have a massive drawback for that. Whenever this attacks or blocks, destroy it at the next end of turn. So, yeah, that's okay. Actually got some decent uses because it doesn't have swiftness. So, I'm not sure if it's something you'd use later on, but it's a cute little thing. It get you decent early game. The Tiger of Kunlun, 2-drop, 1 red, 1 color, 6/6. And where the hell is the... Oh, jeez, the tiger's made out of smoke and soot or something. And it's a Resonator beast. They're still really focused on beasts. I wonder if that old deck's getting better now. I don't play Wanderer. I tried looking at it, but too many cards and... yeah, the things I really wanted to mess around with, the things that interact with them don't actually exist yet. Anyway, enter. You may pay red once, so double its cost. If you do, search your deck for a card named Tiger of Kunlun and put it onto the field, so it becomes 2 cards if you double the cost, which more or less makes it a +1 from the deck. Maybe that's a little too cheap, but because it is a straight up, yeah, it's more or less a kicker, isn't it? I'm not sure if, but it doesn't really do anything other than straight up vanilla. Yeah, I just feel that maybe it should have been a little bit costier because you do +1 off it, or maybe the card should have been a little bit weaker. Oh well, I don't think it's terribly good because the deck's only 40 cards, so you'll draw out or draw into it eventually, and it'll become useless. And because it's only just a swarm card and it's fairly late at that. There's probably better things that are more forward momentum to run over this. Pang Tong, which sounds familiar, is... I think that is Dynasty Warriors. Uh, Let me just check the old phone, but it's a 3-drop 4-8. Let's just check. I'm pretty sure it's the guy with the hat. Yeah, here we go. Dynasty Warriors. Pang Tong. I'm not wrong. Yep, it's the guy with the hat. I think he's from the shoe side, off the top of my head. So what does he do? Enter, look at the top 4 cards of your deck. You may reveal a fire card, so anything, as long as it's fire. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck and put in any order. +1 for 3, 4, 8 doesn't really do anything else, but it's a Scry 4 but with a +1 built in. I actually don't think that's bad at all. I don't think it's great, but there's more forward momentum. Kinda, it's toolboxing. It's not the greatest thing, but it's got its uses. It really depends on if you're trying to set up combo pieces or need very specific cards. But it's not a bad card. The Dragon of Kunlun. This is the one your ruler wants to search out. 2 fire, 2, 12, 12. That's alright for what it is. Flying. When this card enters the field from your deck. Oh, so it does nothing. I hope there's going to be things to put things from your hand into the deck. Otherwise, this isn't the greatest card in the world. And it deals 1000 damage to target Resonator. And I think that's the last card. Yep. Again, we're going to need things to put that back in the deck if you draw it. Otherwise, it's a dead card in hand and you're going to need something to dump it. Anyway, what do I think of this? I think he's definitely weaker than the light one, in my opinion. But he probably has more potential than it. I want to see more of it. I know there's some more fire. I'll just pause and bring it up. And we are back. I'll probably do a second light video. Probably release it before this one. And we'll just see how we go from there. I just want to be able to do this so that we get more of an idea of how things are going to go. And we chuck everything in one video. So, Chainbind. A red and a 2. It's Divinity 3, so it's for your rune deck. Chant Rune. You pay 1 more, so it becomes a... Oh, geez, that's actually quite a bit more. Red and 1, so it becomes 5 if you play from your rune deck. Resonators your opponent controls cannot block until end of turn. It's not a bad card, but it does really build on things like the Tiger and that. But if they have a spell to either cancel this, because it's, or screw with your cards, your Resonators, it's an alright card. It probably seems much more powerful than it is. It assumes that your opponent can't really do anything about it, which might not be the case, probably isn't the case. But let's go on. Land of Fiery Ambition, Kunlun with the dragon, but it's probably going to be a dragon later on. 3 for an addition. Fire Resonators, you control, gain 3/3. Yeah, that's not the worst card in the world. It's not common. Wonder if that's the deck or the set. Probably the set. I don't know how much additions are played. I always like the additions that just give buffs like this. But we'll see how things go. Scorching Winds, another Divinity card. 1 red. Rune, so you pay 1 more. 2 target Resonators gain +4/+0 to end of turn. It's not a bad card. It's alright for what it is. It's really hard to judge without playing with the Rune deck, but it seems alright. I think that you probably want something a bit better than this. I know gives them effect as well. Probably wanted to target one of them and give it like +4 + Pierce or something. But yeah. And Magic Stone of the Hermit. Produces red and banish this card and tap it. Target dragon gains swiftness and time of turn. That's okay. It's not great. It's okay, but it's only an uncommon, which I think is interesting. So, what do we think of red? It's okay. It's not amazing. I'm not rushing to play it. I'm not overly impressed. It seems like something that could be built up later, but it's not great. We'll see how the further previews go. I think the other half of red is a burn deck, and I think that probably has far more potential. Anyway, this has been some Gamer Dude, and I'll see you guys next video.